Well, it's been
We're
it's been an interesting day so far. So we've got two things happening right off the bat. First of all, we're back. It is episode 222 of the Metal Roundtable. I am Metal Rob, and with me today is the great.
today. I am Scott. No Life Till Metal Waters.
Perfect. Well, we have a show for you today, and we don't know what that's going to be. Because this is a historic moment. For those of you that tuned in for Joe from Brand New Sin, Joe is next week, and we mixed that up. So we figured that out about 7 or 8 minutes ago. So we're going to have Joe on next week. It'll be great. Very much looking forward to talking music biz with him and all the things that he's got going. But also, this is the first time in Metal Roundtable history the Carcass is not here. First time in 222 episodes. So one of two things is going to happen. He's going to get the Roadcaster figured out where he can hear us, and he's going to be back so that he can say Osric Tentacles, or it's going to be a historic episode. So, and we literally on the fly live right now have no clue what we're going to talk about.
Nope. It's all good though. We'll figure it out.
I'll do a quick shout out real quick, Scott, if you still want to grab something or
Go for it.
whatever. The new Aska record that I worked on some months ago, maybe a year ago, came out. And I got a package in the mail from George yesterday. So thanks to George and Keith for sending me a CD copy, and the vinyl copies over there. It sounds good. I'm not patting myself on the back. They did a good job of recording it. So it was easy for me to work on. But yeah, glad this is out. They had a CD release party down in Arlington at Jay Gilligan's. I think that's where Jay Gilligan's is. And oh, that's right, Tony. I said it. Shit. I didn't think about that. Damn it. Well, I said Osric Tentacles. Anyway, they had their CD and album release party over the weekend. Well attended. The Carcass was there. I was not there, but thank you kindly to the boys from Aska for sending me those goodies. And I'm going to let you go, and then I'll show some more things since we don't know what the hell we're doing right now.
I just got in the mail today. I'm gonna solo myself for a second since he's not even there. All right. Man, I am dark. Sorry. But the brand new reissue of Deliverance Subversive Kind, major shiny due to the
Very nice.
Major shiny due to the plastic, but it came out really nice, and it's on one of those like nice textured papers that I like a lot. Mm-hmm. And besides being remastered by Rob Caldwell, it also has two brand new tracks on there, and I'm sure Rob will confirm that. I need to figure out how to get out of here. I forgot how to do it. There you go. I'm sure Rob will tell you this is a fantastic thrash album, but those two new tracks are just mind-blowingly heavy and fast and thrashy. And
yep.
So
the new songs are worth the price of admission. That's for sure.
And here's the actual vinyl itself.
Yeah,
it's sweet. A pretty vinyl.
Yep.
White with black and red splatter. So yeah, that just came in the mail. We both worked on this one, so I think this is probably now my like 8th copy of this this album. So I've worked on it when it first came out, and then they did multiple colors and they've repressed it, and while it's being repressed again. But yeah, the two new tracks are they're really, really well done, and it's the last of this lineup, at least as far as I know, which includes you can see on the back Jim Chafin on drums and Glenn Rogers on lead guitar. And so this is the last album because all those guys are out of the band now, and the band's moving forward, new members. So there you go. Deliverance, the Subversive Kind. I also have the Gold Disc DVD the Gold Disc CD that came out. It too has the two new tracks on it. So there you go.
Yeah, that's cool.
Shout out. That's not Rocks Records. That is Retroactive Records. So boonsoverstock.com.
Yep. Grego, Brand New Sin, Joe will be on next week. Sorry for the fusion. Damien Hair Metal is here. Excellent. The great Tony Clem is here. Thank you kindly. Happy birthday to me. 54 today. Metal Overkill is here. Excellent. Tony Clem, yes, I did say it. I screwed the pooch on that. Mel is here. Yes, you do need to get that. Frazier is here. Yeah, all good. So I'll tell a quick story since we're vamping and catching our tails here, chasing our tails here. So years ago, I was out looking at a collection with a dude down south of Dallas to buy a collection. And I picked up, or was given to me, this collection. I noticed up on top of this dude's music shelf, there were a bunch of cassettes. And it was by Seventh Veil.
Seventh Veil.
And I thought to myself, I was like, man, I think that's a Dallas band. So I asked him about it, and he gave me a copy of it. And it's right up there on my shelf behind me. And I've had it for years and didn't do a lot of research, didn't really think much about it. I just knew they were kind of a Dallas band. So somehow I figured out that my friend on Facebook, Jimmy Adcock, was in the band. But I had talked to Jimmy, kind of. We were acquainted, maybe talked a little bit at a show for a minute or something like that. But
man, I can't get that to work.
we had not talked, a ton. So anyway, I go see Spread Eagle with Rob DeLuca a few months ago, and I see Jimmy, and I'm looking at Jimmy thinking, I bet he doesn't know who I am. And he's kind of looking over at me like, I wonder if he remembers me or whatever. So I wave him over to our table, and we get to talking and about music and watching the band and whatever. Had a great time. It was awesome to get to know him a little better. So in the mail now, I have, that's the front of the tape that I was showing you. I also have this one. I also have this CD, Rubber America, and a couple other things that I didn't know that he did. Nitrate, pretty cool, and Radio King. So I've got some Jimmy Adcock homework to do, and he also sent me an original Seventh Veil sticker.
Oh, nice.
I will save. It will not get stuck because I'm a nerd like that. So anyway, you've been getting some stuff in. What have you got, Chief?
I just got this in mail. I haven't even got a chance to spin it yet, but this is the brand new Randy Rose album.
Nice.
On vinyl. This is the Masquerade, but I got the CD too because, well, I got the Masquerade Sessions, Rarities, and Demos. So I picked that up too, which is the extra tracks and demos and all that kind of fun stuff, instrumentals. So I haven't heard either one of them yet. Just came in. Randy Rose is kind of doomy, Sabbathy, Danzig-like.
Yeah, I hear a lot of Danzig in his music.
Metal, definitely big. There's no doubt he's a big Sabbath fan because you can hear that sound, but very dark lyrics in the last couple of albums of his. I mean, very dark. So, matter of fact, the album before this one, I can't remember the name of it, but man, that album was disturbing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and we've got some cool stuff coming out too. The Awful Truth. We work for the labels, but stuff that Scott and I have worked on. The Awful Truth is coming. That's pretty cool.
The Galactic Cowboys, the rest of their catalog on vinyl.
Yep.
And the Awful Truth is going to be vinyl and CD.
Yep. Firewind is coming. There's some good stuff coming.
Iced Earth, the Iced Earth, what's it called? Melancholy EP. Gosh, we've done so much stuff. It's hard to remember sometimes.
Oh, I'm looking at my.
Oh, the new Motivic is coming out. Speaking of new stuff,
Yep.
it's good. It's really good. I think I like it better than the last album.
And I don't know what
Um,
else we can talk about that's coming up because I'm scrolling through about, man, there's a lot of good stuff. Lot of good stuff.
We're Viking. We're doing the first two Viking albums on CD. They just were released on vinyl, so they're not going to do vinyl again. We are working on Kill Devil Hill.
Yes, we are.
Which particular album that we're working on has several people in it that are somewhat named, but the bigger names are what? I got it right here. There's the picture of the band. But yeah, you've got Vinny Appice on drums and Rex Brown on bass. Rex Brown being the Pantera bassist, obviously, and among other bands.
Thank you.
What else was Rex in?
He was in Down for a minute. I think he was on the first Down album. Yeah, he's been on some stuff. He did some solo stuff. So he mentions the new Black Sabbath box set coming out, the Tony Martin era. Does that do anything for you?
I love Tony Martin era, so I mean, I don't know that I'm going to buy the box set, although there is some cool stuff in that box set, like they're remixing the album that Ice-T mixed. So hopefully it'll be a better mix, better sound. But I don't think it includes all of the albums. I think there's one left out. I heard some people complaining online about it, but I don't remember which one it is.
They redid the Eternal Idol already in a deluxe box a few years ago.
I have that too with the live album on that thing's spectacular too.
Yeah, this one has it's got 2 bonus tracks, but also disc 2 includes the Ray Gillen
demos.
And man alive, I wish that he had recorded a full album with them. And Tony does a killer job on the album. It's great, but hearing Ray Gillen singing for Sabbath is pretty cool. But
Ray was a great singer. It's a shame that what happened to him and he passed away so young. And
it is, but I think you get. I don't know. I can't remember which albums you get in there. I think it's Forbidden, Cross Purposes, and however you say this one, Tyr, Tyr, Tyr.
Tyr. I've always just called it Tyr.
Yeah. So I think that's what's going to be in the box set, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Right on.
Yeah, we are super flying by the seat of our pants right now.
That's all right. We also when we were talking about stuff that we worked on, we also worked on this, which is going to be available.
Yes.
On Record Store Day only. Yep. So you have to get it at the stores. There are literally no copies to buy online unless somebody's reselling it down the road. And then this gem right here, which I love, this thing.
Oh yeah,
Voivod's The Wake, fantastic prog album.
Yep,
there's the back cover. It's a gatefold double album. It's got specialty color vinyl, as you can kind of see. Got kind of an orange and blue mixed wax, and it's also got an etching on the D side. So I have the original too. There's not a lot of these originals around, but I mean they're almost identical, but the backs aren't. I thought the original was kind of boring, so I added photographs and made the text readable. It's kind of hard to read. So
you always do good work.
But yeah, so those two are coming out. I think they're going to do well. They both sold out, so to the different stores. So I don't doubt that they'll do well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. Yeah, keep going. You're on a roll here.
I was going to say, and speaking of Tony Martin, has anybody heard this thing yet? This is the new All for the King Swedish band, Darkest Before Dawn. I don't know why I'm so surprised that I like this thing as much as I do this year. I can't imagine this won't make my top 10 for the year. It's just that good. It sounds to me like 80s era Black Sabbath. So it's got that heavy riffing. It's got that, Tony Iommi style riffing. It's got great guitar solos, but it's got a lot of melody. And the vocalist kind of sounds like Glenn Hughes at times. And songs like Light in the Dark and Fearless, they're just freaking awesome. There is a guest appearance by Jerusalem. What's his name? Ulf from Jerusalem on here, but that's about it.
Hey, guess what?
Yeah, see, Carcass is in here. So anyhow, if anybody's interested in this is a Rocks Records thing, and this, I'm telling you, this Swedish band is fantastic. Especially if you like that, 80s Black Sabbath stuff, because that's kind of the vibe I get from it. All for the King.
I know
Swedish
you can't.
metal,
I can't hear you guys, but thank you for putting me on. Just because I just wanted to say Osric Tentacles. And I know it's your birthday, but screw you. Dang it. All this technology, and I can't seem to make it work. So I apologize to all those out there, including
Call
Fraser
him. Tell him to do his POWs. We don't have to.
But anyway, I'll talk to you soon.
Wait.
Nope.
Wait. Pick of the week.
Oh, pick of the week?
Yes.
Okay, a couple things. Let me do the pick of the week, and then I do have an announcement.
Go for it.
Pick of the week. Black Sabbath.
Who's that? Never heard of it.
That's kind of my rock and metal pick, but everybody needs this in their collection, period, end of story. I also think you need to find a death record of your choice. I prefer them all, but Death Human is probably my favorite. Now for my special announcement. How do I sound, by the way? Thanks to Francis Osley, by the way. He's freaking awesome. He sent me this killer microphone. Now if I could just get it to work. Guess what I got from Steve Murphy this week? This is a test pressing of the new, the only time Rotting Corpse has ever been on vinyl. And here it is.
Nice.
Thrash Insane or Die in Pain. And it sounds phenomenal. I can't even tell you. It sounds like they're in the studio. These are demos and a couple of things that have never been heard or released. And it's just the tip of the iceberg for Rotting Corpse. They're going to do more releases in the future, maybe even include some new songs. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Yes, it's going to happen. So anyway, I apologize that I can't hear you, but order your Rotting Corpse. Go to Steve Murphy's Instagram or his Facebook page. He's got all the information. Space Cadet Jet distribution and Turkey Baster Records. They have several copies that are splattered yellow and red, and then I think a red copy, black copies. But anyway, they sound killer. So whatever you've got to pay for it because it'll be worth it. Peace. Oh, wait. Are you writing down how much you appreciate Osric Tentacles?
Yes.
Especially on your birthday?
Yes.
Man, I had it all set up too. I was going to be playing Osric Tentacles in the background, and you can't even... I guess you can still hear me, but...
Well, I screwed up because, yeah.
Any new stuff I've picked up? No, I am on a severe austerity program because I wrecked my car, and everything's going to the shop, so I don't have to pay a huge deductible. So,
man.
Hey, anybody out there need vintage stereo equipment? I've got one in every room in the closets. Please call me, contact me on Instagram at Carcass John Art. I will work you a whale of a deal. And I have records, tapes, and CDs available also. I want to eat this month. Anyway, give me a holler, send me a message. And yeah, I really haven't picked up anything new because, like I said, I'm trying to save my cash. Cool. Sorry.
Yeah, for those of you who, Carcass is having a hard time hearing us. We can hear him.
I'm not hearing you, but I'll punch out.
He can't hear us.
Thanks again for having me. See, I haven't missed a show. Well, I did miss one show. Well, no, I didn't miss a show, did I?
Nope.
I broadcast from the car.
Yep.
Anyway, sorry I can't hear you. I'm sure that you can carry the conversation. I thought we had a guest today.
So did we.
Okay. Never mind. Peace out. Thanks again.
Later.
Hey,
What a weird freaking show. Oh man,
It's-
Kevin Smith, happy birthday, Hair Metal Rob. Hey, let's do this. If you guys have got any stuff you want to ask us, let's just do that. Let's open it up.
Yeah,
and
man.
talk about whatever you guys want to talk about because we got a ways to go. I will say this. I will continue to update my hair metal credentials next Thursday as I get to go hang out with Quiet Riot and Slaughter. Stoked about that. And yes,
I got the
Hair
test
metal
pressing
people.
for Liar, Nothing But the Truth here,
Very nice.
which this went on sale this past weekend, CD and vinyl, and German band 1989, and we restored all 10 tracks. I don't understand why. Hey, Glenn, I don't understand why on the original vinyl they took 2 tracks off the record, but they left them on the CD. Very weird. But it's not because it's not a long album. It fits fine on the vinyl. But in any case, we restored. So the vinyl now has all 10 tracks from the original 1989 album from Liar, Nothing But the Truth. And if you don't know who Liar is, it's just straightforward German heavy metal that pushes a bit towards thrash at times, but never really like puts both feet there. I kind of look at them more like from what Metal Church meets Sabotage. And the vocals reminds me of what's his name? John Oliver too. So
Right.
you heard it.
I did.
Ooh.
Man, this has caused let's see. Now I have I guess we need to know what?
Yes. Primal was in Rolling Stone magazine, that's for sure. I posted that all over Facebook and Instagram.
How did I not see that?
It was on there. I don't know if it was in it. Maybe Glenn, if you're listening, I think it was online, right? I don't know that it was in print. Do they still print Rolling Stone magazine? And I know they do all the special edition stuffs, but do they still print the regular magazine? I don't even know.
I don't know either.
We also have this one that's on sale now too. This is a test pressing for German thrash metal band Holy Moses, Master of Disaster at boonsoverstock.com. It's remastered by Rob, and it's got an alternative cover. So if you're a collector nutcase, you need to get it just because it's got an alternative. It's the same cover, but it's just an alternative version of the same cover. So if anybody's interested, yeah, there's that too. So I'm doing a lot of pimping of the labels that we work for today.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That keeps everybody paid, right?
And Scott, any chance the Dual Edge will be reissued? I don't know. That was like the very first album on Intense Records back in the day. But it is not owned by, as far as I know, it's not owned by Intense Records. So, because we've done a lot of Intense reissues, the different labels that we work for. Matter of fact, the Rose albums are Intense releases, if I'm not mistaken, right? Weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
The 2 that we just did? But
Yep.
I don't think they own that album. So I don't know if it's owned by the band or if it's owned by the person who owned Intense the first time through, that's who I believe it is. So anyhow, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. And Fraser, I don't know about North Sea Echoes. I've not.
No, I never heard of that one.
No baloney Anzalonis here. What is up? Any questions for me or Scott? We have, for those of you joining late, we completely screwed up
the pooch.
show.
Screwed the pooch.
Yeah, we were on here running a couple minutes late, and our guest was like, "No, I'm on next week," and we were like, "Oh shit!" So
yep,
here we are. We're vamping. Any of y'all into OG Mexican death metal bands, Cenotaph, Mortuary, Trans Metal? That's going to be more Scott's question. I'm not a big death metal guy. I like death metal just fine, but I don't know a ton about it, if I'm being honest, Evan.
Actually, that's a Carcass question right there.
Yeah,
He
man.
would
Carcass,
he probably knows every single one of them. I do know a few Mexican bands, and I've heard some of those bands, but I can't say that I'm a huge fan of any of them. But not because I don't like the music. It's just I don't know them well enough, like you just said. But I do know the band. You remember the band Lament from Mexico? Those are cool. Those guys were pretty cool. They used to be called Beheaded for a while, and then they changed their name to Lament. They have a
Yeah.
brand new album just came out. I haven't heard it, but I heard it's a return to their old school death metal sound. So, what's next for No Life Till Metal Records? Liar, like I just said, Liar just got released. Might as well I got him sitting right here. Slaughterhouse, the New Jersey thrash band from the late 80s, early 90s. Both of their albums are getting reissued on vinyl. And they're also going to be this is an original test, not a test, this is a new test pressing, but that's an original promo kit from Metal Blade with the original photo. He's going to be selling these off on newlifetometalrecords.com. If anybody's interested in who collects test pressings or promo kits, you'll get both. So
that's cool.
And then after that, on No Life Till Metal Records, we have Sacred Reich Heal coming on vinyl for the first time ever in the United States. Kill Devil Hill, Revolution Rise, and a few other things that I can't say until they're wrapped up. Yeah, but
the spreadsheet is long.
yes, it is. But those are things that'll be coming up very soon. And then also the new Motivic is coming out as well, which is, if you're a thrash fan, you're going to love it. It's fantastic. It's called Renouncement. So highly anticipated album. I like the first album a lot, but I really think the new one's even better. What do you heard him, right? You heard it, the new one?
Yeah, it's good. Well, everything that if you're a Christian thrash metal head, like I know some of you guys are, everything Ryan touches is just top notch.
And I don't think you have to even classify Motivic as Christian, because the lyrics aren't like rock.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, right. But they cover a betrayal song, which is awesome, and Ryan's a great dude, and everything he does is really, really, really top shelf. I loved Death of the Gunman. I loved it, and I think this one is every bit as good, maybe better. It's really good, and thank you, Mark, for the kind words on the Mercy Rule album. I really try to make everyone's I try to make it sound as good as I can what I'm given, and it's so and I'm not making excuses for that. Just, you never know what you're going to get. Not specifically talking about Mercy Rule, but that one turned out great. I was really pleased with it, and I'm very, very glad that you're happy. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Keep talking. I'm going to mute.
Okay. Let's see. Shrapnel had a new song and video out a few days ago. What? Oh, is that you talking about the label, or is that a band called Shrapnel, Damien? I remember the old how many releases? How many have I recorded or mastered? When I did recording for about 10 years up in a little town called Van Alstyne, way, way up north of Dallas. And I recorded a shitload of bands, man. I recorded every garage rock band and pop punk band and everything from gospel to death metal. Almost recorded the first Texas Hippie Coalition album, but we couldn't get our hours squared away. And I just couldn't work it out. I was a stay-home dad at the time, and my studio was in the middle of a neighborhood, and we just weren't going to get the hours out, and that sucks because I really would like to have recorded that. But TJ Lewis, I will check out the Witch Hazel. I played a bunch of pinball yesterday, and I thought of you. I really did.
Witch
I
Hazel.
played the new Jaws, and it was awesome.
Witch
I will
Hazel's
check-
awesome.
I will check that out, and thank you for
They are a new wave of traditional heavy metal band, very melodic, very influenced by the likes of like Thin Lizzy, and Uriah Heep, Wishbone Ash, that kind of stuff. And I think they have 4 full-length albums out and 3 or 4 7-inch singles, and yeah, they're great. They made my top 10 last year. I didn't even, honestly, until someone recently told me, I didn't even know that they were a Christian band. And I mean, their name is not necessarily, and I guess they are, but it's very different from like Striper, you know what I mean? or White Cross, you know what I mean? So anyhow,
So sorry, go ahead.
I just said White Cross, so of course the first thing that came in my head was enough is enough.
Sounded like a rat.
Remember that song?
I do. The Fraser, the other part of what you were saying about mastering, I can't even tell you. Hang on. I've already done 51 albums this year. I can probably tell you in 2023, I did 110 albums in 2023. I think I did more in 22. And I've only been keeping spreadsheets for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now, maybe longer than that. But I've got an apothecary in the hallway that's taller than I am. It's probably 6 feet tall. It's probably that deep, probably at least a foot deep, and it's got 24 shelves in it. And I think, and I keep all my CDs in just these white sleeves. So whatever the width of that is, times enough to fill up 21 shelves. It's hundreds. So many, I don't even know. And so many of them, a lot of times I'll do a few songs for somebody and I won't have a copy of it. I'll just send files back. Sometimes I'll burn a copy for archival, but okay, Vic, now we're getting somewhere. Vic, if you want to pop on, man, I'll send you the link. How many have I unmastered? I think that means how many have I ruined? I think, and I will not say, now this was long time ago, 20 years ago. I have listened to a couple recently to see if I could use files from them for something else. And there are a couple things that have what Ryan Roebuck and I call sizzle. And there are a couple things I'm not very happy with from back in the day. But so I've unmastered a few, handful that I think I've actually added too much sizzle. TJ, there is a place, if you ever come up to McKinney, where I am, there's a place called Arcade 92 downtown, and I played the new Rush machine. I really like the way it plays. I played the Foo Fighters machine. I really didn't like the feel of it very much. The music was cool. The artwork was cool. The theme was really slick, but I didn't think it played that great. I played the new Jaws machine, and I thought it was awesome. If I were a millionaire, I'd go buy that Jaws machine tomorrow because I thought it played great. My wife played the Star Wars machine, and she thought it was great. I played it, and I didn't like the gameplay on it that much. Scott, he's got a question. You're never putting us on the spot, Fraser. He's got a question for you. How many projects have you done? I mean, impossible.
It's impossible to know. I mean, I mean, I've literally have in production right now between. I work for 4 record companies pretty regularly. One of them has actually been almost taken the whole year off due to they're moving from one country to another. But the other 3 that I work for literally have about 30 titles, 30 vinyl titles in production right now, and I've probably got at least that many going that I'm working on.
Mhm.
So yeah, a lot. I mean, that's just now. So
And you
I
don't
mean,
just do music. You just finished a massive catalog or something for someone.
yeah, I don't just do music. I just finished a big 150-page book for a scientific organization called Raptor Research that they basically a bunch of scientists that study birds, the raptors like eagles and hawks and vultures, those kind. They're all considered raptors. Yeah, that thing was a monster. And then I also have I work for another company that does that sort of research as well, that is local. So, and I do their newsletters every 2 months, and I t-shirts and merchandise and all that kind of different stuff for them as well. So I'm pretty busy. I also had a company that I was working for out of Farmington for 3-4 years. And in this past December, this is a sad story. In this past December, I was working on a logo for a business, and I finished the logo, got approved, and then I didn't hear from the person, and which I thought, okay, it's holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that was around then. So Christmas Day, I still hadn't heard anything, so I just sent a little Merry Christmas message to them. Nothing. New Year's did the same thing. Well, I find out that the person that I was working for passed away. Young, thin, healthy, 35-year-old woman just passed away. So her business is closed. So I kind of lost a big customer. But no sooner did they disappear than I ended up getting the Raptor Research people. So
Yeah.
it's worked out pretty well.
Yeah, Scott does this for a living. He's done print and design, graphic design for as long as I've known you, I think.
Yeah, 40 years. Yep.
Oh,
I mean, since
I haven't known you for 40 years.
I went to school for it, in the 80s, and I've been doing it ever since. So
Okay, I think I do remember you telling me that.
yeah. I went to school in Rochester, New York for graphic design, and I minored in industrial design and photography. So I've been doing it ever since. My first job out of college was working for a marketing firm. I don't know if anybody cares. I'm gonna tell the story anyhow. But I worked for this marketing firm, and I was the brand new kid out of college, thought I was going to change the world with my awesome design skills. I mean, I've always had long hair my whole life, but when I graduated college, I cut my hair because I was like, you know what? I am not letting the length of my hair cause me not getting the job that I want to get. I'll get my job, then I'll grow it back, which is exactly what I did. My first job out of college was working for a marketing firm as their graphic designer, and I thought I was going to just do these awesome designs. And I mean, within the first 2 designs I did, I had a meeting with the owner. He goes, "You do really nice work, but," and that's never a good thing you want to hear when you're working for him. He goes, "You need to remember one thing. We're not here trying to win art awards, because there's all kinds of awards you can get for graphic design awards. We're not trying to win Addy awards. We're trying to win sales awards." He goes, "So if you make the most beautiful ads in the world, if you make the most beautiful posters in the world, but it doesn't sell the product, then we haven't done our job. So we're paying you to make something that sells, not just something that looks nice." So it's something that actually was a great thing that I learned, because I've never forgotten it. And every design I've done ever since then, I'm like, okay, well, why would I do a CD layout, for something like this, where you can't read the text? Defeats the purpose, right?
Right.
Which is exactly what you got going on here. You can't read this text. It's so freaking small, and the font choice is ridiculous. And yeah, so that's just something I learned. What's the point if you can't read it, right?
Yeah.
So it needs to look nice and be functional. Anyhow, something I learned on my first job.
Glenn, I get this question a lot on different albums, and the thing is, sometimes we move so quickly. I'm not dodging your question. I honestly couldn't tell you. I do know that I think when I went back and listened to the original master, I think I did it on my old gear, and now I've got different stuff that I'm using. And so I think I just went back and started over. So to tell you specifically what I did, I don't know. I'd honestly have to call the session up and go through it. Because one thing that I want to remind everyone is that I don't know anything about it. I can't sit in a room of engineers and say, well, I put 10 kilohertz up 3 dB. I don't know. I literally am self-taught from day one. If not for Chris Manning back in the day, I would not have learned how to twist knobs and move faders and make mixes and do all that kind of stuff. But once I get something, I want to get it. I don't want any outside input, and I want to just go for it. I want to learn it and touch it and feel it and move everything around and just see what happens. Because for me, what works the best for me is not working from a template. It's just pushing buttons until it sounds the way I like it to sound, or I think it sounds cool. And so I feel like I'm dodging what you're asking me, but I'd have to go open the session, and then somebody smarter than me would have to go, oh, well, I see what you did there and there. I just move shit around until it sounds good. Let's see.
What else we got here?
Oh, no, you're doing great, Glenn. You're doing great. Yeah, we've had a weird show today. Yes, we have. TJ, though, I used to go to that pinball festival. I had some pins for a while. Oh, I'll bring Carcass on in just a second. I had a couple of pins for a while. I had an original, a 1993 Tales from the Crypt Data East, and it was beautiful. It looked like a museum piece. I paid $14.50 for it, $1,450. And I had right next to it, I had the first one I bought, which was a 1992 Star Wars Data East that I paid $1,200 for. And when I got divorced after 20 years, I had to pay rent, and I sold them both for $1,000 a piece. And don't you know, I wish I still had them. Life happens.
Oh, we lost Carcass.
Oh, I guess he still couldn't hear us. Well, yeah, I saw him. I was going to put him up there. Well, the show's
the
screeching halt.
Fate's Warning. That's because I'm reading through the people's stuff. Hey, here's a hair band. You know this, guys?
Oh yeah.
I just scored this UK pressing 7-inch with the original stitched patch inside of it. I thought it was pretty cool.
I get them confused with are they the ones that who did the song Come Along? Was that Sea Hags?
I don't remember. I'm gonna look it up though.
Man. Oh, it drives me crazy. Help me out, Damien. Who did the song Come Along? She's my something and I'm not mine. Oh my gosh. Salty Dog.
There you go.
That's it. I always get Sea Hags and Salty Dog mixed up.
Well, I can see why.
They did it. Yes. Hair metal for the win. Yes. Brian coming through.
Wow.
The hair
Damien
metal
loves Sea
people are
Hags.
alive and well.
I got a few. I got a bunch of 7-inches in the mail recently. I can show them off real quick.
Yeah.
Sea Hags.
I was going to say real quick while we were talking labels. Sorry.
No, go for it.
One of the labels that I work for is Eonian Records, and they are putting out a mountain of killer 80s hair metal style stuff. So you guys, Brian and Damien and Grego, if you guys have not checked out any of the Eonian stuff, you need to check that out because those dudes are doing kick-ass work over there. And one of my favorite things that they've ever done, they put out this 2-disc set of all the Taz stuff. But man, they are finding Sunset Strip bands that didn't make it big, stuff like that, and putting that kind of thing out. And I know a lot of labels are doing that. There's some other ones that I can't think of, but Eonian, I get to work on some of those, not all of them. But
Rocks does a lot of that too. Underground demo bands and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah. But yeah, check out Eonian, because if you like that sleazy hair metal stuff, then that's the thing for you. Oh, excellent. Yes. Perfect.
This is a pretty rare one that I found. It's a promo 7-inch from Spain of
Nice.
Ace Frehley's Into the Night. Yeah, you can see it. Ex miembro de Grupo Kiss. I'm really bad at Spanish, man. Ex miembro del Grupo Kiss. But
You
yeah,
did
Into the
great,
Night. Same song, both sides, promo single with a picture sleeve. So I'm an Ace Frehley fanatic. So when I saw that online, I jumped all over it.
I'm gonna put up a link to Eonian's Facebook page. It's the Facebook page. They probably have eonianrecords.com. I'll put that up as well in the comments.
I tried to put up the ones so people could get the Deliverance, which is retroactive, or no, boonsoverstock.com earlier, and I don't know what I was doing wrong, but it kept screwing it up. So if you want to put it up again, you can. I guess I wasn't putting the HTTPS stuff. That's probably what I was missing.
Well, and I don't even know if you can follow the links that we're posting, but just so you can see kind of what it is. But yeah, Eonian does great work. And one of the things that I'm impressed with is the artwork is always top notch, always. And the sound, if somebody else is working on it, it's pretty good. And if I'm working on it, whatever, it's hit or miss.
There's another one I picked up recently. The I'm the Man box set from the UK.
Oh, I'll show them the one I'm sending you.
This is the it's got the single in it, the regular I'm the Man single.
You guys are being so patient with us today. Thank you.
I'm the man. I'm so bad I should be on vacation.
Here's your Casablanca that I'm sending you.
Or I should be in detention vacation. Yay.
So,
and
yes, very nice.
Stickers, and then it's got a little poster of the cover in it too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, kind of a nice little package.
Speaking of things I've never seen, I'm going.
You just showed that Casablanca sleeve. Are you going to tell me on what I'm putting it on?
You can out yourself if you want. So Scott and I talk every day, and he's like, "Hey man, I need a blank Casablanca 7-inch sleeve." I'm like, "All right, let me look." I had one. He's going to put a Donna Summer single in it.
Yes, I am.
But that's okay, because guess what I'm sending him that will help offset that. Found this in a collection I got, and believe it or not, he didn't have it.
Yep, one that I was missing.
I've never seen it. It's in the thin.
Yeah, it's a 12-inch single.
Sleeve inside too, so that it would help protect it.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Tyrant and Rockarola and Side 2 Genocide from Gull.
There's another one I picked up recently. This is a Motorhead and City Kids 7-inch single. I already have the blue vinyl version and the blue cover version, and now I have the original on the Big Beat label, the black vinyl version. So, of course, if you're a Motorhead fan, you have to have all the colors, right?
Right.
I mean, yeah, you just have to. Otherwise, you're a poser.
Now I'm knocking my camera out. All right, let me catch up on some.
And look at that. Diamond Head, Waited Too Long single.
Oh man, I think I'm finally gonna get to meet Brian Tatler at the end.
That's awesome.
I'm excited about that.
Are you gonna get to see Saxon or what?
Yep. Yeah, it is a bummer, Tater, that CJ Snare passed away. I saw that dude with my buddy Richie. We went and saw them, I guess a year ago, and he killed it. I mean, those dudes can play. People bag on hair metal so much, thinking, it's cheesy, it's butt rock, whatever. And that, your opinion, it's all good. I respect people's opinion. It's not for everybody, but those dudes can play. Absolutely play. And Winger, it's like a freaking clinic, dude. It's like a workshop at every position. But
I think I'm pretty sure that the guy Kip Winger lives in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and has a studio there.
Obstacle Tentacle. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. Well, man, I think I'm about out of steam, dude.
I will say that the reason I paused my my sound for a minute was because I got a message from Ask a Vocalist George Call while we were filming, and he would like to come on the show to talk about the new Aska as well. Not today, but in the near future. So we'll have to try and get George on here for a little while in the future.
Yeah, we can do that. Mark, I am a Bullet Boys fan. I like the first one the best. The second one to me is reminiscent of a Van Halen record.
Greg.
And I've seen them live a couple times in different incarnations. And the singer is as badass of a guitar player as he is a singer. I was impressed.
Damien Hairmetal met Brian Tatler too. I've never got to meet him. I would love to, but
oh, Greg's here. We love you, buddy. That is the best birthday present I've had all day. Is that Greg?
I will show.
What happened?
There I am. I don't know what happened, but one of Greg's favorite bands. Let me show you a couple singles I got from one of Greg's favorite bands recently, since I got more singles here. ZZ Top.
Yes.
It's Only Love. This is like 1975, 76 on the London label.
Yes, Donna Summer. You heard me right.
Yes. The U.S. pressing. And check this out. I've never seen this one before, but this is from the Rhythm Mean era, which I love the Rhythm Mean album.
Hey, and don't sleep on late ZZ Top. I started with Antenna and what was the one? Recycler. I went and started at Recycler and bought everything up to present, and they're all good. And I think, man, Rhythm Mean is good.
Rhythm Mean's great. That song.
I got to look
what's the song about being naked? That's like one of my favorite songs on there. Let's Get Naked or something like that.
Yeah.
And yes, Greg, we did talk Donna Summer for about 2 seconds, and surprisingly, no lightning came down in
La Futura.
Good album, cheap packaging.
Mescalero is good.
Mescalero. But read a couple of songs off Mescalero.
Mescalero, Two Ways to Play, Alligator, Buck Naked.
There you go, Buck Naked. That's the song I was thinking of.
Buck Naked.
Buck Naked.
Yep. Boyfriend. But the thing that I want to tell you about before we get out of here, yeah, John Osric Tentacles. Fraser already said Obstacle Tentacles. If you saw the ZZ Top documentary and you thought how kick-ass it was that they were playing in Green Hall, well, they recorded it, and this is phenomenal. Absolutely great. And I think it's the last thing that Dusty Hill was on before he passed. So anyway, don't sleep on the newer ZZ Top stuff. In fact, I think I'm going to play some right now. It's my birthday. I can do what I want. Well, I'm a little embarrassed that we had such a weird show today, but it is very cool hanging with you guys as things get even weirder now that I'm losing Scott or Scott's losing me. I'm not sure. But episode 222 of the Metal Roundtable.
I froze.
We kicked off with what's happening, buddy? We kicked off the show. This is the most technically glitchy thing ever. So it's like 5 or 6 minutes after 5. And I'm like, where's Joe? Where's Joe? Well, Joe's not supposed to be here until next week. So we had already posted that episode 222 is going to be Joe from Brand New Sin. So we're going to do that next week. Then we tried to troubleshoot audio issues with Carcass for a few minutes. And then Scott and I literally pushed the button to go live. And we always say that we're unscripted, unrehearsed, unpolished, all that kind of stuff. And that's true. But we at least talk a minute or two before we come on, usually, and say, hey, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Oh, okay, cool. And then poof, we're on. But today, literally, we pushed go 9 minutes late and didn't have a clue what we were going to talk about. And then it's been fun. So now on my 54th birthday, I sit alone with the show burning down around me. Scott has disappeared. Carcass is gone. No Steve this week. Our guest is next week. I don't know what freaking happened, man. That was so funny. And Scott is still deader than a hammer. Bring him back in. Anyway, well, I don't know what else to say. And I got birthday dinner coming up. So for episode... This is going to be weird, man. Let me get the outro queued up here. I've got it. Let me get the banner off the screen. Production value, that's what we always say, right? Come on, keep talking, Frazier. I'm out of stuff, dude. I got nothing, man. And I don't know what happened to everybody else. It says that Scott is disappeared and not connected. So with that, I want to take this second, since it is just me, to say thank you kindly for the birthday wishes. Thank you very kindly for everybody that always speaks good about the mastering and the remastering. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate that.
I don't know what happened. Sorry.
That's okay. No,
I just froze. So it was like, hey,
I vamped
we should do this. Oh, not that. We should do this.
Oh boy, we can. If you want to screw the lid off of that can, we can.
I'm sure it'll be like the peanut brittle thing, with the snakes coming out.
Yeah,
we don't need to let those snakes loose.
No, but what I was saying was, I sincerely thank everybody that takes a minute of their time to listen to our dumbasses talk. I am so thankful for Carcass for being with me since day one. Scott's been around since episode 70 something, 80 something. And now we've got Steve, and it's just helpful for my schedule to be able to jump in and out. And I like keeping the show going. So I'm really thankful for that. But you guys, thank you so much for giving us the time of day. We're jokers and we know it. And thank you so, so, so kindly for hanging out with us. And next week, for sure, on episode 223, barring incident, we will have Joe from Brand New Sin on the show. Any parting shots, Scott?
No, that was a weird show, and for whatever reason, I locked up. I don't. The whole thing is just weird.
Brian sums it up right here. I'm gonna leave that on the outro. Oh my gosh. It's been that kind of a show today. What a weird freaking show. All right, man. I'm going to sign us off.
Right on.
You know how we do it. Until next time,
metal will
prevail.
But
technology, well, I guess technology did prevail today. Or did
yeah.
I don't know.